Hello and welcome. You are watching Guiding Tech's YouTube channel, and today we are talking about an evolutionary new feature for smartphones. Yes, I mean evolutionary, and no, we are not talking about the bezel-less displays. We are talking about dual cameras and 5 smartphones that feature these dual cameras and are available in the budget segment. Now, the reason why we have specifically chosen the budget smartphone segment is because there is a lot of traction happening in this price range, and there are a number of companies that are offering some great dual camera based smartphones within the price bracket up to 15,000. So without any further ado, let's get started with our today's video. My name is Rahul, and today's video is about 5 great dual camera smartphones that are available in the market right now. But before we begin this video, remember that we will be talking specifically about the camera specifications and the camera functionality, because the hardware that is available on all the devices across this price point is almost similar, so we will not be touching that part. So the first smartphone on our list is the Lenovo K8 Note. This smartphone starts at close to about 10,000 rupees and features dual cameras at the back, which include a 13 megapixel and a 5 megapixel shooter. Now, the best part about this camera is the f1.7 aperture that the company has offered on this smartphone, which means that the low light photography on this smartphone is really great. On the front of the camera, you'll get a 13 megapixel shooter, which is accompanied with an LED flash. So taking selfies will be brighter as always. Well, those are the good points about this smartphone, but there is a dark side to it as well, and we found out in our test that the bokeh mode that this smartphone has to offer is not perfect. Lenovo really needs to tune its software to identify the edges, and there is some detail loss that happens, and the blur effect that the camera gives is not perfect. But otherwise, this is definitely one of the best dual camera smartphones available in the market right now. Next up on our list is the Xiaomi Me 1, which is a rather interesting Android smartphone coming in from Xiaomi. Now, Xiaomi is trying to offer pure Android experience, all thanks to Android One. But the dual camera is one of the most interesting features on this smartphone as well. Now, when we talk about the dual cameras on the Xiaomi Me 1, Xiaomi has offered 12 plus 12 megapixel sensor at the back, which get a 1.2 pixel size. Now, having a bigger pixel means that you can capture a lot more detail and capture a lot more light. So in turn, you get better low light photography and a lot of detail. Along with that, Xiaomi is also offering 2x optical zoom with this camera, which is not much, but for a slim smartphone, it means a lot. On the front, you get a 5 megapixel camera, which is not accompanied with an LED flash, so low light photography or low light selfies will not be as bright as possible. So we have experienced this camera, and we have one thing to say, that Xiaomi needs to really tune its software, because even despite of having a bigger pixel size, the camera's low light performance is not up to the mark. But with a software upgrade, we can definitely expect better things from Xiaomi in the coming days. Next up, we have the Tennouji, which is the bigger cousin of the Tenor family, which is a brand by Amazon itself, and the company has not left any stones unturned for making this smartphone an interesting one. In terms of the hardware, look and feel, and the design, the phone is great, but what's better is the 13 plus 13 megapixel camera that the company has provided on the back. And that's not just all. The company has also provided a 16 megapixel selfie camera with this smartphone as well. In terms of the picture quality comes out to be really nice, and so is the bokeh effect. And this is one of the phones which we really like for the bokeh effect it has to offer. And if you want a smartphone with great camera capabilities, Tennouji is definitely one of the contenders. Next in line is the Infocus Turbo 5 Plus, and this smartphone is as good as it gets when it comes to under 10,000 rupees smartphones. You get a 13 plus 5 megapixel camera at the back, and on the front you have a 5 megapixel selfie shooter as well. In terms of the USP of this smartphone, well, the interface of this smartphone is really slick and is minimalistic. While the image quality offered by this smartphone is great, the bokeh effect offered is not up to the mark. But one thing to note about this smartphone is its minimalistic user interface, which is very nicely laid out and results in very easy usage of the phone. Another interesting feature of this smartphone is its big battery. It holds a 4800 plus mAh battery, which can definitely last for 2 days considering the specs and the screen size on this smartphone. Well, the last phone on our list is the Asus Zenfone 4 Selfie Dual. I know the naming convention chosen by Asus this time is a little out of the way, but yes, the camera quality offered by this smartphone is again great. The good thing about this smartphone is that on the front you are getting two cameras, not at the back but on the front. Yes, while taking selfies you will encounter a 16 megapixel sensor and an 8 megapixel depth sensing camera, which is specifically given for great selfies, and along with that you also get a flash so that the low light selfies or the low light pictures that you take from this smartphone turn out to be great. At the back you get a 16 megapixel single camera, which is also good in terms of image capture, sharpness and the details that it has to offer. And overall, we have to say that this is one of the best selfie smartphones available in the market right now. So well, these are the 5 dual camera smartphones that are available in the Indian market right now, and if you are using any one of them, do share your feedback, or if you have missed any of the features of these smartphones in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. And as always, do remember that we post a new video every Tuesday and Friday, so make sure that you have subscribed to our channel, and if you have, don't forget to press that bell icon so that you get a notification whenever a new video is uploaded on the Guiding Tech's YouTube channel. This is Rahul Gupta signing off, and you're watching Guiding Tech.